excited to share with you my small Dooney collection, Dooney and Bourke. I love handbags. I especially think I kind of more attracted to Dooney and Bourke's lately. Kind of when that happened around 2010 is when I got my first Dooney. It was a white shadow signature fabric tote, which, you know, once I got into leather, I was never really into fabrics, but I was like, well, this is a Dooney, so let me give it a shot. And I really enjoyed wearing it. I really liked it, but it was white. And I loved it because it was white, but once I got it, it was white. And it was constantly cleaning, and it would kind of clean off, but a couple of times I was like, this is not gonna work. But it did, but it just got to be too much work, and I was like, ooh, I can't take it anymore. So then I went to the outlet. Now, here starts the reviews. I purchased my first 2 Dooney bags. Boom and boom. And to this day, I think these will stay in my collection. They're classic bags. I still enjoy wearing them. Let's start with this one. I actually did see this the first time on QVC, and so when I saw it at the outlet, and it was a good holiday weekend sale, the outlet was like 30 plus an extra 20, or it might have been 40 plus an extra, it was an extra 20, whatever it was. And when I saw this bag for this price, I swooped it up because I knew QVC was selling it on sale for like well over $100, and I got this bad boy for $89. And I was like, oh wow. And I just think it's really classic. The black and the vachetta I think is really stunning. Of course, when I first purchased this bag, it was very stark white vachetta, which I thought was also very pretty. I like that it's gotten darker. I had an accident with the bag the first couple of months. I was holding coffee in one hand, covered up, but you know it has that little thing that you sip, and anyway, I guess I was walking too fast, and bloop, a couple of spots went on this handle. And I was like, oh, I'm going to have to throw my bag away, but it's still there, but it's a memory, and it's really not that big of a deal. But there you go. I love the zipper. I've never been one to zipper my bags. You know, I've always like, oh, we'll just leave it open. And my mother and my sister, well, why don't you zip up your bag? And I'm like, what's the point? But this zipper, I zip. I love it for the fun of it. It's very simple. No pockets on the outside. Just a little emblem here, which I prefer this shiny gold hardware as opposed to the darker brass. I don't even know if they're really still using brass now, but the look of brass, I prefer this shiny gold. And I have it stuffed to keep it nice because I really do like it. It's a good dress-up bag. These are the little tags, the classic satchel. And the leather treatment at the time was called calf leather. They've since changed their calf leather to a more smooth glove leather type of thing. So that's not what this is. But back in the day in 2010, this is what they were doing, calf leather. And this is almost like a hybrid of patent and glove, or it's really weird. It's soft. It has a sheen. It's very thick. It's very durable. You can get it wet. However, you can't really get the vachetta wet, so that's neither here nor there. It's really unusual, and I really like it. No feet on the bottom, but it holds its structure very well. And it's okay. The feet on the bottom are not a deal breaker for me. I'm more interested in details. I like this braided leather pull. It has the back in the day leather key keeper with shiny gold to match hardware, which I know was a big issue for a lot of people these days, and you know, understandably it should match. I mean, it's not a deal breaker for me because I don't even use the thing, but it would look better, you know, than that. It has a nice little cursive writing leather tag. I know you're not getting really good close-ups on this. I apologize for that. It has the pink gingham lining. It's clean as a whistle. I have to keep my bags clean. I enjoy it as much as carrying a good bag. I like keeping it clean. It has the old-fashioned kind of cell phone holder. However, I have an old-fashioned cell phone. I mean, somewhat. It's 4 years old, but it can still fit in here. And it has one zipper pocket. I do miss the more updated extra slip pocket that a lot of the Dooneys have these days, but this just has one zipper pocket, one small cell phone pocket. Simple, simple, simple. Let me move on because I can go on and on about these bags for no reason at all. Okay, so back to the other purchase I made, my very first trip to the outlet. It was like magic. It was like I can finally see these bags I saw on TV up close and personal. Now that I've gone a couple of times, it's not that big of a deal. And actually, Macy's now, they used to keep them behind the curtain, you know, like the Wizard of Oz, but they just leave them out now. So it's not such a mystique now because you can just touch any bag you want to now. So this is a drawstring bag, and this to me is quintessential Dooney. This is what, back when I was a little kid and didn't care about high-end bags, this is what people were wearing, and I could not have cared less. But it's kind of what I love about Dooney is the heritage, and that they still stick to what they did, and they still do it well and better than anybody else. They still go off and try to do other things, and they do that good too, but this is what they do well. These heritage pebbled leather bags. This is they do a lot of different drawstring leather bags and different leather treatments. This was the Dylan age. I like it. I really think, you know, they do different straps with it. Well, this is kind of like the old-fashioned strap or the equestrian style strap. I have it out to its longest treatment because it is short, but because it's a drawstring and it's only so much security. However, when you cinch this up, nobody's getting in this bad boy, and even if it falls in the car seat, nothing's coming out. It's really a secure treatment. But it's also kind of nice to have something kind of short, you know, strapped. However, I don't like my straps to be too short, but this is a beautiful treatment. And now today, they're making them even longer, you know, like with a double strap, but it's not the equestrian style. It's kind of like, a drawstring bag to me really shouldn't be that long. Just the aesthetics of it, of a drawstring bag. No, again, no pockets on the outside. It has the Dooney Duck tag, which is fine. I'm not a big duck fan. We'll get into that one day. But I do like this simple cursive writing emblem. Just Dooney and Bourke in cursive. I like the shiny gold. I like the plate. And I like this, especially for this bag. It just speaks, it goes well with the bag. It's simple. It's rustic. This is kind of like my Thanksgiving bag. I mean, whenever it's fall, I think about this bag. I just fell in love with this caramel brown color. I just thought it just really hit it out the ballpark. It was just the right marriage, this color with this style bag. You open it up. The leather has since gotten really soft. It started out kind of stiff. It has the leather key keeper with the matching hardware to the grommets and the rest of the bag. And just like the satchel, it just has one zipper pocket. You probably can't see it at all, but you know what a zipper pocket looks like. And one very small, the same as the satchel. This is the treatment that they were doing in 2010, or the fact that I got it at the outlet in 2010, it probably came out in 08 or 09, I don't know. And instead of the pink gingham, it has the brown gingham, which I think that's refreshing. I like that. Oh, I didn't bring the little pouch. It also came with a nice little pouch. I'll run and get that. The little extra. I forgot how it was attached in here. It might have just been attached to the key keeper like that, I guess. But I think this is beautiful for, I'm not one to take a lot of makeup with me. Like I'll put on my makeup if I put on my makeup that day. And I just have little emergency items, you know, little lipsticks. Oh, there's that mascara. I was looking for that before I made this video. I was like, I know I saw some mascara. Tried to put on a little makeup today. But, and I keep a little eyeliner in there, just emergencies. You know, just for emergencies. If the spirit hits me to put on some makeup while I'm out of the house. So I really like this piece, and it also would be good for a cell phone, a wallet. Okay, let me move on. I'm talking too much. All right, so I really like this bag for fall. Quintessential Dooney, moving on. Now we're going to go to my next visit to the outlet, which would have been, I think I went the next year, because I was like, I kind of like this outlet thing. I went the next year, and the holiday, I learned to go on holidays. It was spring, it wasn't, I don't know, it might have been Memorial Day. And I got this Portofino leather. I have it really stuffed. So I'll take the stuffing out. It's a hobo. Actually, it was marketed as a crossbody bag. There's another attachment to this bag that I took off because to me it was just too big of a bag to have banging against my hip. I said, well, this would be better as a shoulder bag. However, this is really thin to be a shoulder bag. But I tend not to I don't like to carry a lot of my bags. Stuffing out. So you can kind of get the real gist of how it hangs, because it's a very soft leather bag. The Portofino leather, which they keep changing the name of their leathers. I'm wondering, is it the same leather and they're just changing the names? But anyway, this is very soft, not too heavy. It's supposed to hang like this, like a little slouchy hobo. And it's built like a shoulder bag. It's not really built like a crossbody, but they market it as a crossbody. But I wear it as a shoulder bag, and it has nice feet on the bottom, nice substantial feet, a nice little emblem, the duck. Okay, I don't like birds. I have this thing about feathers, just don't like them. That's a whole nother story. Maybe we'll get into that later, but at least you know I'm not into birds. But I like Dooney and Bourke, so I will put up with a duck here or there. I will. It's their emblem. That's the way it is. So it has the pink gingham lining. Now this is updated. What a difference a year makes. It has the slip pocket underneath the zip pocket. And to me that makes a world of difference. I really appreciate it. I really like that. It still has a leather key keeper with the matching hardware, which is nice. It has two slip pockets instead of one small cell phone pocket. You have your choice of two. And they're both roomy. They're both, one is the same size as the other, and the other is much more roomy. I tried it, okay, so here's the extension. I keep it in the bag. I guess if the spirit hits, I'll turn it into a crossbody. Honestly, I will hardly ever wear this crossbody. It's just too big of a bag to wear crossbody. I have the cards here. The technical name to this bag is, I love the name of the color. They changed the name of the colors, and it's really the same color. But I love that they called this Desert at the time. And it's called DE Crossbody. I don't know, I guess DE stands for desert. But I remember the leather treatment was, at the time, called Portofino. Because they had some other styles that I wanted too in the Portofino. I think it's great leather. I don't know, let me move on. One more Dooney in my collection at the time. Oh, this is actually my latest purchase. I'm kind of skipping a little bit, only because it's the exact match of this. This was my latest purchase. Actually, not purchased at the outlet in person. But isn't that a great match? I mean, it's not 100%, but it's 90% match. Purchased this on ilovedooney.com. It's the coin case that goes with the logo lock on QVC, which I don't have. I'm kind of interested in it, but I'm good. So, it's a nice piece to have. And last but not least, this is my latest purchase. I got this last year, Black Friday. This is the Nubuck Suede Chelsea Shopper in moss. When I saw this, I was like, oh. But then I saw another color in this. I was like, oh. And another color. Oh. Nubuck Suede takes color.